A lot of people keep asking me about the status of the new Sutiava bus terminal that is coming in. This is a major project. I know it doesn't sound like a really exciting thing, but it really is, because it's completely changing this part of the city and represents a major infrastructure upgrade, change of the roads, upgrade to the market, adding of a new centralized bus terminal. It's a lot of really big stuff if you live in western León, Nicaragua. And so we get a lot of questions about that. Today, we're going to head out. This is mid-February. I'm actually recording this on Valentine's Day, if you want to see the exact date. And we're going to walk out there again and get the current status, because it looks quite a bit different than it has. And I think people are going to be really impressed with the progress, but it is going to be a while before it's done. So we're also going out. This is my first time doing a test with the new backpack, and I've got the microphone mounted right here to the backpack. So we're going to see how all this works. We're going to get to all of that right after the bump. I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is my life living in León, Nicaragua. We're going to head up today and see the bus terminal. But before we get there, I just want to point out, I've got this new, so thanks to Luke, who brought me this CamelBak HAWG Pro 20 liter backpack. So this is a water-bearing backpack. I mentioned this, but this is my first time doing a walking test with it and doing some filming. We're also on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 today. And one of the things that's really cool is that with this backpack, the microphone actually mounts to the backpack instead of to my shirt, which is way better and makes this very possible. So I've been walking for about getting close to a mile, and this is working really well so far. So I haven't filmed a whole bunch, but I'm very hopeful that this is going to be a way to help me really get out and do more walking, more filming. I'm able to bring, I have a backup camera with me. I have extra batteries with me. I'm able to mount this microphone in a much better way. I hope, hopefully it sounds good. There's a lot of wind today. You can see we're very overcast, so there's like a storm rolling in, and I'm hiking uphill, so a little bit low on air as I talk, but so far this is great. I have my phone back there, and because I have my watch, I have access to all my messages and stuff. I really don't have to have my phone accessible, which leaves my pockets free. And while I'm not as cool as if I didn't have the backpack at all, it is staying really cool, and this feels like it's going to allow me to do a lot more better filming for you guys. So I'm excited about this. It's a first test, but I'm feeling good about it. But we're getting close to the terminal, so let's actually show you what's going on there. This is not our first time showing you guys the terminal, but it's come a long way since the last time we were here. If we look down here where this truck is headed, that is the main road of Ruben del Rio, Nicaragua 14, to the left, heading out to the beaches, to Ponaloya and Las Penitas. And if we go that way, it's heading into León, the city. We want to give you a feel of where we are. And of course, we can pop that up on a map so you can see what that intersection is down there that we're looking at. You can see some traffic going by down there. That is the main road. This is 6th Avenue, I'm sorry, that, no, it must be 6th Street that we are on, which is a major east-west across the south side of the city, but does not go all the way through. But it has been in terrible disrepair, even going back 10 years when I first drove this with Dominica when we were heading out to Ponaloya for the very first time long ago. So I want to show a little bit. We're at the south side of the airport. So the airport literally starts right here. This is where it's the grass fields after the airport. You can see there's always been a ton of trash out here, because this used to be where the city put the trash burning next to the airport, because it's like an industrial area traditionally, but a lot of cool stuff is happening. So you can see the south side of the airport is actually quite beautiful. All right, we got a guy coming by selling some stuff. A little bit noisy in the background. So because it has to have these open fields, it's actually a really attractive area. You can't buy or build in there, of course, because it's part of the airport. All right, we got some wind here. Whoa. As we can see here, there is a lot of new construction that has gone on. The last time we were here, they had the raised ground in place and they were ready to start working on the building structure itself. But this is really incredible. This is a lot of the building is here. Now this is going to be shops. It's going to be a bus terminal. They're talking about putting in veterinary and restaurants and a whole lot of things. Now there's a number of things in the market currently in the Mercadito, so that, you know, it's where you come and do all your shopping in the west side of the city. But this is taking it to a whole new level, much larger. There we go, we got him to wave. Look at the size of this structure. Look how far back this goes. Hola! This is really impressive how big this is. Now the buses are going to go around the front, so you can see some space here. I don't want to go too much in. We can get permission to come in here. We were here with Ida and got permission from security to come in before, but we're not going to go in past the gate or anything. But you can see this is coming along quite quickly, and it's going to be a really nice structure. It's going to be kind of a traditional Nicaraguan market, but much more modern. This raised ground is really great. This used to be, like I said, this is where all the trash was in this part of the city. So we had a huge trash burn area. This was one of the least attractive parts of Western Leon, and now it's going to be this beautiful new hub of transportation and shopping and services. And here in Sutiava, we're very much the barrio, so we don't have anything like this. And now we can't see a whole lot because we have this high fence here, so we're a little bit limited. I'm going to stay on the road where I can get a little bit higher. And sorry, the wind is just horrible today. I'm hoping that this lavalier with the dead cat is able to handle this wind a little bit. But this is going to be very nice, and it's so in the heart of Sutiava, in the midst of things. This is going to be so much development for the area. Hola! Todo bien. Gracias. That is the military protecting the airport, because it's airport on the right and the new development over here on the left. Okay, I came up to the top of the hill and changed direction because the wind was just too much and I had to put my body between the wind and the microphone. So we're now heading towards Serra de Oro down there, which we're going to be climbing pretty soon. My foot is feeling a lot better. Today is also a test of my foot. Many of you know that I have major issues with my foot. But look at the size of this market. What we have currently is a little street thing. There's our friend over here. And so this is really big. This is going to completely revitalize. Here you can see the plans for what it's going to be like. Now they're saying originally the plan was sometime around this month that it's going to be done. Obviously it's running a little bit behind, but that's a really ambitious schedule, June to February. But they've already got all this up. And obviously the markets are very open. So they don't need a lot of internal structure until individual businesses start coming in. Now, we're not sure how the buses are going to change their routes to come here. And obviously, this is one of the most exciting things, is that because of this construction, this road has to be turned from this terrible dirt messed up thing that we couldn't even pass through with the car recently with the trash all over. And this is going to be all cleaned up, we're sure, and repaved once the heavy trucks are done doing all of this. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And of course, with the airport being over on this side, we have an opportunity that this project is going to create some pressure or opportunity to maybe upgrade something at the airport. So we don't know that that's going to happen. There's been no word of anything like that. But Leon is a top tier city. It is big enough to have an airport that's being used, so they have to maintain it for crop dusters and things like that. You can see the military is stationed there to make sure that it's safe. So we have the infrastructure in place. All we need is someone to come in with a plane and offer routes, which should be very easy. So hopefully, having the terminal across the street, there's an opportunity for this to turn into not a hub by any stretch, but a place that could have really small flights. And we're hoping that this bus terminal has direct runs over to the other bus terminal. That's actually the most exciting potential, I think, for people living over here. Right now, it's a little bit convoluted or difficult to grab the city bus and make it all the way over to the other bus terminal. But if this is a real terminal and the two stations have a route that runs directly in between them, it will mean that the entire city, the entire west side of the city, has really, really simple access to the main terminal. And that would take us to, for example, Managua. And that's a big deal for us because no matter where you are in the country, there's a good chance that you want to go to Managua from time to time, or have to. And for us, I mean, certainly it's easy. I talk about it all the time. But I have to take a taxi or get a ride over to the other side of the city. You can see some houses here. We've shown these many, many times. And zipping over to the other side of the city. Well, not a big deal. Hola. Buenas tardes. Oh.
Gracias.
Zipping over to the other side of the city takes a few dollars and takes a little bit of time, and it's just an extra step that is nice not to deal with, and nobody really wants to drive into the terminal zone. We showed a tiny bit the other day with Chepe that, you know, it's tight roads and it's a little bit convoluted and there's not a lot of parking. It's fine, but if you could have a bus that we could walk to that took us straight to that terminal, just hop off and get on the next bus, because from here to there it would only be about 25 cents or possibly quite a bit less. It could be like 15 cents, which is funny to say that 10 cents less is quite a bit less, but that's how life is in Nicaragua. That's so easy that it makes a completely different equation for going to Managua, because you never need that extra taxi step on this side. You still need something on the Managua side in most cases, but getting dropped off at the UCA terminal downtown, or there's actually one now at Terminal Israel in the west. I think it's the west, yeah, in the west side. You can get to a lot of the city without too much of taxis. But so this is another housing little clump here. We again showed this a lot. Never really know what's going on with this. Never see these for sale. So these seem to be doing okay. By the way, this is our first time doing a walk with the Osmo 3. So I really want to know what you guys think of this compared to our normal walks with the GoPro, because it has different image stabilization. I have to hold it differently. I've got different concerns using it. I feel like it points too high much of the time. I'm not really sure, because if I hold it level, I feel like it doesn't get enough of the road, in my opinion. But we'll see when we've got it actually being edited. But if I lean it forward a little bit, it seems to do a pretty good job. And now this is a little place that sells, they have a little shop in here. Like, they have this huge space at the south side of the airport. It's a beautiful spot, and they have a little store in there selling some clothes, some bags, just real simple stuff. Somewhere along here, I don't know if I passed it already, I don't know how I could have, there is a lot that's for sale, and I know you guys are always interested in places that are listed for sale, so I'm going to try to show that. It's been for sale for a while, so it's not brand new, but if it's not right here, then we passed it, but it's on this side. No, I think this is it. Here we go. So this is, on this side, it looks quite lovely. So here it is for sale. And I don't think it's a really big lot, certainly large enough for a house. And it has road access. Hopefully you guys can see it, very overgrown, but we're gonna show what it's next to in a second. But let's see, we're that close to the end of the road. So we're gonna turn around. So here's some backside of houses that are connected to other places. And then directly across the street is kind of shrub. And then there's those houses we just walked past. That's actually a school, but on the other road up there. And then this is the road. That's where they were selling things. And there's the market up there across from the airport. So this isn't a prime piece of real estate by any stretch, but it is an interesting spot that does have some potential that could be very conveniently located to a number of services and things pretty easily for someone who wanted to live here and wanted to be able to, for example, walk to the buses, walk to the market. Hola! But directly next door, this is what I didn't show yet, is this place, which is a mansion estate. You can't really see it. We've managed to sneak a glimpse in before, and sometimes you can see it from the high ground across the highway, but this is an absolutely unbelievable property. The house is gorgeous, the estate is gorgeous, the gates are gorgeous, really good grounds, and you can see it goes back beyond the lot. So it's this entire lot. I think it's a double wide lot, and then I think it goes to the lot behind where the actual house sits in a lot behind, and this front part is like multiple buildings and beautiful grounds. It is one of my favorite examples of how you can have this unbelievable, and I want to point out, and it has beautiful sidewalks, and everything in front could be in the most beautiful Mexican neighborhood, and you would never think twice about it. And here, it's mixed into the barrio. And you could have a place very similar right next door, a little bit smaller, obviously, and that would be one opportunity, or just have a normal place. Like, it's so hit and miss. Like, you can find anything anywhere. That is the Nicaragua experience. And very likely, this lot, all it has is this gate, and then it's just that fence. It's just this open spot here. This is probably available if you were to, and then this one looks like it's an old abandoned spot. There's just trash and a little door, and that someone wouldn't be willing to sell this? Unlikely. Of course, they might not. Might be an old family lot that they want to hold on to, but very possibly it's a place that they'd be really happy to sell. Anyway, that is our trip to the terminal today. Before we get to the end, I'm going to talk about the bag a little bit more, talk about how this is working, and we're going to show as we come up to Ruben Del Rio here. But take a moment to like and subscribe, of course. Keep in mind, Marcela is still dealing with her chemo. She's just had her second treatment. She's going to be coming to Leon tomorrow, as of the time that I'm recording this, on the 15th. So hopefully you guys will be seeing her on the show again soon. She's feeling decently well. What we're finding right now is that she gets the chemo, and she gets about 2 days of feeling great. And then the chemo hits her, and she gets really sick for about 3 days. And then she starts to recover, and she's okay. And so right now we're giving her time in Managua before coming out to Leon to get a little bit better. And here's the little park at the end of this road. And there's little little pulperias and such as well. And so she's trying to spend a little bit more than half of her time here in Leon. But because of the chemo schedule, we think we're going to try to get that to more time, because she needs to get out to Leon on those first days when she's feeling really good, and then she has more of an opportunity to travel while she feels great, and then can go through her being really sick here, where there's a lot more care for her than in Managua. So we're trying to come up with a plan that really works for that, a strategy that's really effective. Here we'll show the road we just came down again. See, it's paved down in this portion, and it has this little triangle at the end. So there's a lot of potential for them to pave it and make it a really nice road and a really major thoroughfare in the city. And they're going to want to do that for the buses, obviously. So we're very hopeful about this as a regional revitalization project with this bus terminal. It's an awesome potential project. But we're still looking for more help with her. So if you're interested in helping her out, her GoFundMe will be listed in the show description. Of course, we're trying to raise a total of $5,000. We're almost exactly halfway there. There's $1,000 given, well, really $1,100 more than what is shown on the GoFundMe, because $1,100 has been given offline, not through that system. So whatever you see there at this moment, you add that together, and it's almost exactly halfway to her goal of $5,000, and that is to help her with taking care of her kids and transportation. Her health care is completely covered because it's Nicaragua, but her ancillary stuff like childcare and school for her kids and in-home care and someone to help her clean and cook and things that she can't do because of the chemo. She can do it some days, but not others. That's what the $5,000 is for, to get her through the next 2 years of treatment, to hopefully get her through into health again, and not to have her go into horrible debt or something because of the care that she needs. Here's one of the city buses coming through. This is one of the ones we expect to be based at the new terminal, so it's good to get a look at it as it comes by. And these are we've shown these before. They are clean, they are safe, they are cheap. No reason not to take them. It's a great way to get around the city. The only challenge is knowing where they go and which one to take. In this part of the city, it's pretty easy. Grab anything, it's going to take you into the center, and if it deviates from that path, just hop off and grab another one. You can walk to most places anyway, but that's what we have for the city buses. All right, we're going to hop up a little bit on the road and talk a little more. If you are interested in Sutiava, we're here on the main road, Ruben Del Rio, Nicaragua 14, going to the beach. And we showed a little bit of this construction over the last few months, but until recently we didn't know exactly what it was going to be. And this is the new Calle San Martin Residencia that has just gone in here in Sutiava. So I'll show you where we are. That's the beginning of the side road in Sutiava. This is the main block of houses that run along, and those trucks down there are heading up to the terminal. So this is insanely close to the terminal, and a bit of stuff has happened here. First of all, there's some nice houses here. There's some not so nice houses. You've got some cute pulperias, and this oasis is recently upgraded. This is a gaming salon. There's a place that does some banking stuff. This is a brand new, hold on. This is a brand new pharmacy right here, which looks quite nice, very small. But if you live in this community, it's directly across the street. So they're definitely planning ahead. But that's Veracruz is just around the corner. So this is what's called a lottification. So they've built a road, they've put in the power poles, and this is where a row of houses, I have no idea how many, somewhere between 3 and 6, I would guess, are available to go in. Again, I gotta get the camera to angle down a bit. It really likes to angle up on this gimbal. And they have this beautiful front wall that they just built. We've been watching them build it. I showed some of this. You may not recognize this because this was so different the last times we've shown it. And it's a bit of a steep driveway here. I wouldn't say that this is a great driveway situation, but as long as it's well maintained, it should be okay. The views of the volcano, San Cristobal, down there in Chinandega is fantastic. Like the actual space here is gorgeous. And this entranceway is really well done, but at the moment there's nothing here. Here's the information on the lots. So like we always say, you don't want to be early in a lotification because you never know if you're going to be the only one. But they do seem to have done a very nice job with it. This is way more completed than we have seen in a lot of other places. So there's potential, and it's directly against. This is the Colegio La Pureza, which is considered the best high school in the region by a lot of people. I've heard quite a bit that this is one of the best. This is also the high school, but not the branch of the high school that Marcela went to. But that is right here. So if you are interested in sending your kids there, you could live here and they could just walk and be there. Right, so the location here is pretty fantastic for a lot of reasons. And if you're interested in going to the beach from time to time, but still want access to the city, if you want to live in low-cost Sutiava, you want views of the volcanoes, you want the fresher air that we have out here, this is a pretty nice location. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because we watch it go in and it's really interesting. So I'm glad we were able to show that to you as we walked by. So also, if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ScottLMiller. Helps pay for all the stuff that we do. And of course, you can join our community. There's a join button down below. Of course, we really love it when you guys send in videos of yourselves and ask questions and stuff. So all the directions on how to do that is down in the show notes. Please, some people send those in. We love it when you do that. And as always, right, share on social media, do all that stuff. So this backpack, I'm really liking that I have this microphone mounted right here. That makes things so easy. Hopefully it sounds good. The wind has died down now, so we'll see. I like using the Pocket 3, but we're gonna see how it looks for this. Always doing different things with it. I do have a wide angle lens that I can pop on it for when we're doing neighborhood walkarounds. It was not good for today, but it could be for when we're showing barrios and stuff. I can't film as long with this as I can with the GoPro. I can't swap out batteries. So some limitations, but that's really cool. But my big thing today is the backpack. And so far I'm hot because it is a really hot day. You can see like I'm really struggling with the light and stuff because it's a bit. We're gonna pop into the shadows for a second, cool down and let you guys see what it looks like when we go through shadows. I think it handles that pretty well. Look at that. All right. And beautiful streets, little dogs. It's been a really nice walk. So the backpack so far, I'm loving it. I didn't really need to use it for anything today. I certainly didn't need to have it, but having my phone back there, that's fantastic. Because all I have is my watch, my hands are free and my pockets are free, which when I'm out walking, I really want my pockets free. If I have batteries or my phone, especially in my pockets, one thing that happens is they bang against my knee in many cases, and I just can't stop it, and it really hurts my knee. I mean, it doesn't like really hurt my knee, but I find it really, it wears on me really quickly, and I'll damage the phone because I'm slamming it against my knee with every step. I do thousands of steps, 10,000 steps. Many times. So that's not viable. And it will bruise my knee terribly during that. Hola. And so I have to have my phone somewhere. And anything that goes in my pockets, and people who know me, no matter what I do, I cannot keep my shorts up when I'm walking if my hands are full. I have to be able to pull them up. And if anything goes in my pockets, it just pulls them down. I just have a body shape that does not allow for belts or anything like that to hold on. And so any weight that I have down there is a huge problem for me. And anything that keeps my hands full is a huge problem. But a backpack makes me sweat because it covers my back. Obviously, that's where a lot of your heat dissipates. So there's always this challenge. But so far, this backpack is working great. It's small enough that it's not a huge thing. And I'm getting a breeze right now, and it feels good. Keeping the microphone somewhere good, that's really a big deal. Backup camera. The phone's back there. I don't have any money with me, but if I had any money, it's got spots for that. Has little things to put everything somewhere. Keeps it on my body. It sounds like a really funny thing to be excited about, but this is really working really, really well it carries just enough that basically anything I can need on a walk fits back there, and not any extra. All my other bags are huge. They just wouldn't work for doing this, and they're not designed to keep you so cool. This is, hola. This one is so designed for hiking and sweating and being hot and having airflow across your back. It's pretty fantastic. So it's a first test. I'm going to be using it quite a lot as we do different things. I am going to get some clips so that the Pocket 3 can actually clip to it. And we're going to see how that works because the GoPro there will wobble around too much. But the Pocket 3 with the actual gimbal, in theory, can hold steady enough that it may actually work pretty well, and I may be able to do barrio walks with both of my hands free, or do barrio walks and have an extra hand for using a different camera or something, which is pretty cool, that we'll be able to get more complicated, more complex footage and stuff by doing that. Anyway, that is my day, checking out the terminal, testing out the Osmo 3, testing out the HAWG Pro 20 backpack, getting some exercise, pushing my foot a little bit to see if we can start doing walks again, getting out and showing you stuff. Happy Valentine's Day. I know you won't see this for several days, but want to get it out there. And that's it. We've already done all the things, so I will see all of you tomorrow.